Yeah, my name's Derek. I'm a peer mentor here at Changing Futures.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your background and how you actually became a peer mentor.
Well, I'm an ex-service user for over 20 years, and I came to a time in my life where I wanted to make a change and get clean off all alcohol and drugs. So I done a bit of voluntary work, kept an open mind to it all, and then from there I joined Changing Futures as a peer mentor, as a paid peer mentor. Our clients are people with multiple complex needs, where it be offending, mental health, drug and alcohol misuse, and homelessness. So we just signpost them, help them, empathise with them, get them to the right, get them the right support, and show them the benefits of services. I support them in all different ways with their drug misuse and homelessness, by getting them accommodation, identifying their priority needs, which obviously a lot of it's MPS and heroin and crack cocaine, and getting them the right support where they can become drug free and become a better version of themselves. Because it's a unique role where my lead worker comes from a social services background, where she's got a lot of experience, and she's, you could say, the professional side of the partnership, where I bring to the table my life experience, where I can empathise with clients, where I can put myself into their shoes and empower them to become productive members of society. Our average caseload is average about 10, but because we do work with the most vulnerable people in our society, that varies, because we can have at different times 5-6 people at one time engaging, and you can imagine when people are engaging well, that it can get really busy, because they do have complex needs, and we have to take that into consideration. As I mentioned before, I've got the life experience, and clients can see that I'm sincere, and I take this job seriously, and because I've walked in their shoes before, I can empathise with the clients and relate to them. I can go down to their level, and where my lead worker is, say, the professional, as I mentioned before, I can learn off her, and then I can transfer my skills and support the clients.
Okay.
And she can benefit from my life experience, and it's a two-way thing. So that's one of my I think my strong points. I like to network with all the other organisations, so I work closely with the Health Exchange, the Street Intervention Team, CGL, the hostels around the city, housing providers, and I think, well, I know, the better you are at keeping good relationships with other organisations, you can only benefit our clients. The situation was a CGL worker, a recovery coordinator, who's an outreach worker. I worked closely with him. He met a client sleeping in the doorway who had trust issues, and he thought of me to gain that trust, which I initially did, and then it took me over a couple of weeks visiting that client in the doorway. Now, the outcome of that now, she's in her own flat, she's reducing off her methadone script, she's free from all illicit drugs, and she's accessing services outside the city in a local area. The challenges was the trust issues, because she was a client who had her kids taken off her, and so she had no trust in services. By gaining that trust, as I said before, I went out every day to visit her and kept to my word, and because the service user usually 9 times out of 10 can sniff out somebody who's not trustworthy because they've been let down a lot in the past. And yeah.
Excellent. And as a result of your involvement with the client, how did things actually get better for that client?
Well, the clients had mental health issues. She's accessing local services in her area, and the biggest outcome, I think, was initially the trust was because she had her kids taken off her. Now she's back in contact with her children, and she's going to have an assessment with the local social services. So I think the outcome where she's going to have access to her children again can only be a good thing. Yeah, because I think the benefits of being mentors, the clients, I think the most beneficial part is the clients can see how well we're doing, and it's empowering, and they can strive to become better people, and they can transfer their skills of living out there on the streets and whatever they've been up to into doing something positive and becoming a better version of themselves.
Yeah. And do you think the lead worker, what do you think, in your view, the lead worker peer mentor service does really, really well?
I think the peer mentors are really driven to supporting clients because they've been through certain situations and been through the life and can empathise with the client. So where the lead workers are, they're very passionate, and we're just willing to learn and support our clients the best way we can. And I think all organisations should take a look of having peer mentors. I know a lot of other organisations now are in NHS and in police custody having peer mentors, because I think that's the way forward. From my lead work, I've benefited in learning how more to become professional and learning the role, and from that I have made the jump up to becoming a lead worker now, and what that role entails working on the street intervention team with the most vulnerable and the most hard to reach out. So now I have a caseload of 15 clients who are quite chaotic, and I'm just reaching out to them to support them and show them that you can put faith in services and we can become better people, and it's a two-way thing.